Hey guys, Tyrup here, bringing you a 2v2 today. We're on Wolfheze, playing today spawning in the southwest of Crossfire, playing as Soviets, who has defensive guard motor and mechanized support. Teaming up with him is MeisseliMies, playing as US forces, immediately going for Airborne. Facing offensive in the north, we have Duffman as OKW, straight away locking into Elite Armoured. And finally, Lyco has OKW also, who has Overwatch, Elite Armoured, and Breakthrough. This is a random team, both sides. Very high ranks as well. Meisseli around rank 12, I think it was. Crossfire rank 2 as Soviets. Duffman, I think, rank 14. And lyco rank 20. Okay, so wagon from lyco. Doing some capping out the back at the moment. Sandbags early onto this VP. Crossfire just rushing out there and getting them going, then doing some back capping with the combat engineers. Gonna make it tough for lyco to push in. 3 Fox Grenadier start for Duffman. Oh wow, double Pathfinders for Meisseli. Duffman probing, looking for a way in. Both players kind of stalling out. Not willing to commit into the center. But yeah, the double Pathfinders could backfire if Duffman does end up going for that very, very fast 2-2-1. Pathfinder's not the best against that. Two Empires and 2 mines where they want to charge in or stay in place. Meanwhile, a bit of harassing play from the Kugelwagen. Getting the decap going, then coming back. Sprinkle these conscripts from the side. They probably don't have cover from that angle. Meanwhile, we've got a whole bunch of troops coming in, flooding in, I would even say, from lyco. So 2-on-1. Well, it's kind of 2-on-2 on the right-hand side at the moment. Conscripts, meanwhile, pushing forwards. Incendiary grenade out there, all very low with these stern piles. Gotta be careful on your retreats with 2 Pathfinders there that could crit you down quite quickly. Trying to reposition behind the heavy cover. A little bit of trouble for Meisseli. Meanwhile, the Fox Grenadiers do end up wiping the rear echelon on retreat there. That blob, quite powerful, and now the squad's coming up. Negating the cover, coming in from this angle. Meisseli trying to do his best to hold on here. Stall for a long time while conscripts do some damage on the other side of the map, but ultimately has to give up on that. It's going to be the captain in the works at the moment, and yeah, the 2-2-1 is in production for lyco. Okay, it's double elite armored for the Axis. Give them a bit of a power spike right now, but I'm going to have any of those ultra strong late game abilities. And it's a fast 2-2-1 out from Duffman. Kugel's going to come out and recap some of the map while the 2-2-1 chase away the combat engineers. 4 conscripts start from Crossfire. Has locked into mechanized support. No tech down yet. Wonder if we're going to see some guards from Crossfire next. Does have the healing up though. Oh, chase down action from lyco, looking for the kill here. Not quite going to get it. No anti-tank grenades from Crossfire, just kind of bluff charging with the conscripts. Close call there from Duffman with his 2-2-1. Really an anti-tank grenade range. But yeah, it is quite important often to get healing when you're up against these kind of light vehicles, because they tend to spread their damage across your entire squad. So you might be able to retreat against it and not take any model bleed if you retreat, you know, at a reasonable timing. But then if you don't have healing, You're coming back onto the field, you know, already down to 3rd health. We'll start dropping models very quickly to follow that up. So we've also got healing now for Meisseli, who has here dropped in a 50 cal. Imagine one of these Pathfinders are going to pick it up. Doesn't have the rear echelon to crew it, so nothing else really makes sense. See the Axis off to a strong start in terms of territory control. Crossfire trying to push back out. Oh, this could be trouble for Duffman on retreat here. Maybe hoping to get a bit of body blocking going, not quite getting in front of the squad in time. 2-1 on the far side, away from the conscripts, away from the potential anti-tank grenades. Oh, that probably would have been a kill, but the conscript actually had anti-tank grenades teched. Crossfire not spending any resources on those AT grenades yet, though. Yeah, indeed, we've seen some guards. Brought them in from this side, though. Wonder if that was a misclick. Well, have to wait and see. But yeah, PTRSs these days are very, very strong since they fire so quickly. Makes these kind of strategies with these quite squishy light vehicles a lot less effective than they used to be. Reasons why I often don't go for 2-2-1 strategies against Soviets. You know, the threat of the Ura anti-tank grenades, guards being so popular. I just often found out that it wasn't really worth attempting. Guards got the LMGs upgraded already. Flak half track as well from Duffman, so doubling down on the light vehicles. Gotta hope that this leads to some strong territory control for the Axis, otherwise they're going to be very far behind in terms of resources. Guards coming in from the side here. MG might have a slight angle on them. Kuhwagen coming in to sprinkle some damage. Reloading at the moment though. Here comes the PTRS damage. Some action on the far side. A half-track forcing a bunch of retreats. Anti-tank gun in the works now from Meisseli. No Raketen yet from Duffman. I imagine that will be next on the agenda. But yeah, both of the Axis players to go for battle group, which, you know, is quite common. Unless you get that 2-2-1 out earlier, generally. 2-2-3 out earlier, but does mean no walking Stukas in the early stages, which are often pretty strong on this map. Ooh, that was a very close call on that Kubel. Guards coming in for a grenade here. Big damage. Oh, minor. Okay. Pretty good mine there from Duffman. Now sneaking his way forwards with this flak half track. We've got the 50 cal set up over here though. Dodges around to the side of it. Anti-tank guns there as well though. I think the 2-2-1 spotted that. Anti-tank gun gets one shot through. Close call though from Duffman. This is where the Pathfinders can be really handy, you know, spotting these light vehicles out the back, allowing the anti-tank gun to get those long-range shots off. 50 cal, slight reposition now. Half track coming in for some damage, just out of range of the anti-tank guns, pushing forwards now. Got some mines coming down from Crossfire. Half track on the reposition. But yeah, so far that flak half track done almost nothing. Not a good omen. The classic sandbag sandwich there. No tier 3 down yet from Crossfire, so I guess we're going to see a skip on that. He's gone for the team weapons, both a mortar and a Zis.
We have been rewarded for bravery. All right, you guys, make ready.
And now the Allies starting to fight back. The light vehicles of the Axis much more limited in their effectiveness with so many more counters on the field. Double anti-tank guns, the guards. So this is where these strategies can start to fall off quite sharply. Looks like Duffman going back into setup mode, and same story for Lyco, both of them taking their 221s or 223s off the front line and boost up their resources. Which, as I said, with this many counters on the field, I think is a wise choice. Big Sis barrage there. Kind of just at the point where using them is going to end up taking a lot of damage, require a lot of repairs, and not get much done. So I think that's a wise choice. And on this map, you know, the fuel is actually quite safe back here as well. Looks like Lyco switching over to munitions though, compared to a lot of maps, so you can set up on there and have some safe double fuel income. Oh, Flak half track in a bit of trouble. Nice job there, backing behind the building. But it looks like MeisseliMies going to try push forwards. Duffman already packing up 223. Back half track getting a little bit more suppression going there. Taking a slight risk, but there's nothing there to punish. Infantry support gun out now from Lyco, building some overs now also. Both players from the Axis getting their share up. And now the flare up as well. Kitten trying to come forwards for a shot on the air half track. Gets one through. Ooh. MeisseliMies, I think I would have stayed in the flames there and looked for the wipe on that retreating squad. I think I heard bars on one of those Pathfinders. See a bar on that one. So pretty likely to get a wipe there. Ogres not really match against the Vet 2 guards in the firing positions, especially with no LMG upgrade at that time, so... Oh. Good damage onto the Kubel. And you can see the Allies now starting to take control in terms of the entire map, really. This is where maybe the walking Stuka could start to fight back for the Axis, start to blast these team weapons, keep their allies under pressure to bleed high, but not an option with the double battle groups. Looks like the Axis are going to try to go for some medium tanks, and they are getting pretty close to that now, with the boosted resources, especially from the light vehicles, the 223s. Crossfire pretty close to a medium tank himself though. Ooh, good kitten action there, but Volksgrendy is just so badly outgunned, so many bars with the Pathfinders. Got some overs out from Duffman, doesn't have any munitions for the LMG though. And now they're quite low after taking that mortar shell. They'll drop very fast to the Pathfinders. Good retreat. Axis still with the VP lead, up by about 60. Well, they're about to be under the triple cap. Not going to last long, that VP lead. Thought we might see the 221 just camped out in the corner or something, trying to boost the resources from a very safe point. Just to get one shot off on the 223. T-34 in the works for Crossfire still. There's quite a lot of manpower floating as well. See, the KD is actually quite good for the Allies. You know, that's like a Soviet KD, almost equal. They see quite far ahead. So the Axis definitely bleeding quite a lot during this last phase. Pathfinders finding their mark. The mortars doing some good work. The Volksgrenadiers falling off a bit. Ooh, look at that. The double Barfinders. That Volksgrenadier melted in seconds there. Nasty damage. Track backing away there. Ooh, that was a very close call with the attack round. Scattering quite long. Nearly got the kill. There's a T-34 now. Ooh, Volksgrenadiers getting them wiped just before the conscripts get away. Lyco has the Panzer IV out though to meet this. Also has a Raketen switching sides now. Good start there for the Panzer IV. Rear armor hit in return. Raketen not on prioritized vehicles? What's it doing there? Shooting at some infantry. Might be a mistake. Misclick from Lyco.
Upgrade completed.
Okay, turns it back on now. And hold fire. Oh, wow. Retreats into the mortar shell. Unlucky for Lyco. P4 coming through. You have the emergency repairs with this commander and Lyco. All the squad's upgraded. Could afford to start using that now to try and keep his tank healthy. Might wait for another shot of damage to come through first though. And milk a bit more value from that. Duffman finally getting the LMG on his obers. Also has his Panzer IV out now. Meisseli going for a Scott, so doubling up on the anti-tank guns in the meantime. Oh, wow. Second anti-tank gun shot connecting. Obers trying to pressure the double anti-tank guns. We've got double Panzer IVs coming through. Good teamwork here from the Axis. Swarming in on the double AT guns. Got the T-34 and the ZIS rotating across to support now. No machine gun on either of these Panzer IVs. So they did take a while to try and decrew the second one. We do have the Raketen out the back trying to kill off the anti-tank gun, but Captain jumps on top of it in the nick of time. Uh-oh. Okay, managed to decrew it again. Raketen gonna try to finish it off. Missing again though. But it looks like the Axis are gonna be able to kill that anti-tank gun. Meisseli rebuilding it immediately. The Allies just with so much manpower. It looks like Meisseli did bleed a lot during that. He was up by like about 12. Now only up by 2, so bleed a lot during that phase. Nice push though from the Axis. Good teamwork from the random teams. Swarming in with the double mediums, getting the damage done. This is exactly the kind of play you want to see. Those early medium tanks. Finding those opportunities to do big damage, not just running into an anti-tank gun, taking a couple of hits, then backing out. Rinse and repeat. Nice action there from the Axis. But yeah, double Scots from Meisseli. We've seen that from him before. And Scott is a very strong performer at the moment this patch, so this is going to bleed a lot of manpower, and this is once again where the walking Stukas need to come into effect to counter this kind of heavy support weapon play, but Not on the cards yet from the Axis. Meisseli not popping the AP ammo there. He's a little bit low on munitions, so it's understandable. Has gone for, you know, a lot of weapon rack upgrades. Looks like Duffman going for a second squad of Obers, but I feel like that's kind of playing into Meisseli's strategy here. Zoba's going to have a tough time being effective against this kind of strategy, especially coming onto the field this late with this much of a vet disadvantage. I think a side tech to Mechanized and going into the walking Stuka would be the much better choice. Lyco, meanwhile, might need to think about going for a Jagdpanzer or a Panther next, because we have to expect Crossfire trying to stall for the ISU 152. Crossfire, though, also maybe could squeeze in one more unit before then. Another combat engineer, another squad of guards seem reasonable. Thanks, tank guns there. So yeah, with double anti-tank guns on both sides of the map, now the Axis mediums gonna have a bit more trouble. Cheeky tank artillery being called in there from the Panzer IV. Double anti-tank guns dodging forwards of that. Oh boy. Okay. No engine damage, so Panzer IV healthy for Lyco. And now we've got an infantry blob pressuring the double anti-tank guns. Kitten looking to line up a shot. Missing, no. I was hoping for the decro on one of those Zis. Oh, they just can't quite get at those. Look at it, it's on an absolute pixel there, man. Oh, crush attempt. Obers get very low. They throw out the bundle grenade before that happens, though. And the Obers go down. Oh, that's really bad luck for Lyco. I thought they'd make it home there, but those Vet 3 guards coming in, dishing out a huge dose of damage. Heartbreaker for Lyco. That Zis, man, so close to getting decrewed. Especially when you consider, you know, when it drops down to one model. Would auto decrew there. Oh no! Oh my gosh! He's behind heavy cover, but I think that was an accuracy shot from the T-34. And that's why it connected so well on that Raketin. So Lyco was in such a nice position there, surging forwards, threatening to decrew the Zis. And then it all goes pear-shaped for him. Loses a whole bunch. Going for the Sturmtiger now. But yeah, Crossfire getting very close to their ISU 152, and like I'm not going to have an answer for that. Duffman going to go for the Jagdpanzer. Interesting choice. Good thing about the Jagdpanzer is, you know, it does have very long range, can sometimes get damage onto the Scots from that long range and avoid counterfire on the anti-tank guns. Tries to get a shell through there with the Sturmtiger, not very much luck though. 2 kills, a lot of health damage. Meisseli has also managed to save up enough munitions for the P-47s. Do have the 223s, which might be able to shoot them down, but not as good as the flak half track would be able to. Raketin coming in from the side. Duffman still. Okay, there we go. Finally gets the LMG on second over. Majority coming through, but this is such a hard thing for Duffman to do right now. Push in. He's trying to like come in from some flanks, trying to get something going here. But you know, Meisseli just has such a huge vision advantage with the Pathfinders. There's not a huge amount of wiggle room on this map. It's not the largest 2v2 map. So these kind of flanks are kind of hard to set up, so they're not... I mean, they're so easily spotted as well by the Pathfinders. It's just not really working out at all. On the move. Going for another squad of overs, so... Oh man, I don't like this from Duffman. He will, you know, eventually, if these squads do survive and they get to the high stage of veterancy, he will be able to beat the Barfinders, but the problem with that is, you know, the double Scots can just blast the overs and then swing that back into MeisseliMies' favour. And they could also just straight up wipe the overs as well. Which is why I think this is not going to go terribly well for Duffman. Oh yeah, and that's the ISU 152 now for Crossfire. It is a good target for the Jagdpanzer. 2-3 getting forced back there. Rebuild on the overs from lyco. Makes sense since he lost his overs. Probably needs a Raketa now though. Want to flare up, seeing what's coming. And just going through with the anti-tank grenades. The engine damage. Not quite enough damage though. Panzer IV swarming in. Comes the Sturm Tiger again. The double Zis on the move. Gonna go for the mortar next. That's a good idea. And there it goes, obliterated. That's actually really good news for the Axis. Shut down those mortar flares. Which have been a really nice vision tool for the Allies. Before the heat shells here, looking to do some big damage. But be careful, the double Zis are still back there. They spin around. Oh, Ober's coming in from the side. Can he get the decro on this Raketen? I mean, Zis. Yes, he can. And on the other side, major artillery coming down. Raketen pressing forwards, taking some big damage. Oh, here the double overs though, getting on top of the anti-tank guns. MeisseliMies a little bit late, backing away. Good move here from Duffman. Might even get the second one. Very close to the base though.
Allied AT gun has been destroyed.
Scott's out here getting repaired. Wow, both anti-tank guns down from MeisseliMies. I don't know how Duffman got that going, but that worked out really nicely for him. Guns are pressing in. We've got the Jackson there. We've got a couple bazooka squads coming in as well. Oh, uh-oh. Okay, still alive. Looks like a rebuild on the mortar from Crossfire. That's how highly he values those flares. P4 coming in from the side. He's got the heat shells running, but still bouncing on the ISU. That does have pretty sturdy frontal armor. Doubles this spin around. Bit of smoke down as well from lyco's infantry support gun. Doing a good job of hiding from the double Zis. Sturm Tiger coming forwards. Uh-oh. Oh, he's very slow activating the shell. Gets it through, doubles this decruit. But in the process, so does the Sturmtiger 4. Panzer 4 also quite low here. Oh, a lot of penetrations from the T-34. Bounces this one though.
We have lost contact with a heavy tank.
Fox Unit is on the retreats, and they do not make it home. ISU getting the kill. Lyco just not with enough anti-tank ready to deal. Sturmtiger down, that's a big loss. If he manages to destroy both these decruit anti-tank guns, it would have been maybe acceptable, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Okay, P-47's called in. The Panzer IV is healthy enough that it shouldn't die to this. Oh, the P-47's coming a little bit too slow there. Looks like they're not even going to come through for a pass on the Panzer IV. Maybe didn't have sight. Flank base activated there.
Ready for action. Supply hub Keta is ready for orders.
So that doesn't really work out for Meisseli, but it does buy him a bit of breathing room to push back onto the field. He's got some team weapons he could recruit. Oof. See the ISU switching angles, predicting. Gonna go for attack ground here. Oh. There go the overs. Oh, Jagdpanzer from the side. And there goes the AA half track.
Light vehicle just got destroyed.
I guess Meisseli switched a vehicle crew from the AA half track. Oh boy, Button on the Panzer IV from the double anti-tank guns.
Estimates show the enemy at 300 points.
Trying to get away now. Crossfire did detect that mine earlier. Doesn't push in any further. Oh my god, Lyco. Basically no infantry now. Their ISU's just wiped everything. Now it looks like the push onto the Schwer. Lyco about to pop out the Panther. Will the tech truck survive for long enough to allow this to complete production? Calling in the artillery, hoping to divert some attention, allow a little bit more time for the Panther to come out, but it's about 3 seconds too slow in the construction, and the HQ is down now for Lyco. Next from Crossfire. Doesn't quite have the room to complete construction for his pop cap. I'll just get very, very low. Well-timed retreat. When the crits can start to fly from the Pathfinder, so you want to get out of there before that can happen. Oh. Just got some barraging back there. So Meisseli pulling back now. Let's fall back up to full strength. Lyco with another truck. Maybe we're going to see the King Tiger. Panzer IV coming in from the side. Backing away quite quickly though. Doesn't want to take the engine damage from the conscripts right there. But yeah, Lyco really getting pummeled at the moment. Such a bad time for him to lose his tech truck just before that Panther was about to come through.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
19 kills already on the ISU. I think it's got like 3 squad wipes as well. Oof. Get the flare up so Crossfire can see this coming. See just what a powerful tool that Soviet mortar is with the flares. Crossfire giving us a strong demonstration of that. And the Su-85 is out now. Squeeze that into his army, so whatever Lyco ends up going for next, which maybe the King Tiger, it's going to be pretty well covered as soon as it arrives. The Axis might need to go for some kind of 2-on-1 shenanigans. Maybe probably on Meisseli. Try blast him off the map. Rely on that ISU being a bit slow to rotate. Try to do maximum damage. Oh boy. Don't know what Meisseli is up to here. 2 squads just left on the VP and down they go. Not sure what happened there. Scott's getting some pretty big damage done from the side there. There goes the Raketen as well. The double Pathfinder's clearing that out fast. Double Jackson's looking for the kill on that decrewed weapon now. Lyco has been doing a pretty good job though with his Panzer IV. Keeping it alive with all this pressure, still keeping Crossfire off him to some extent. Oh, here we go. Axis making a move on the ISU 152. Jagdpanzer, Panzer IV. Oh, one more shot required. Panzer IV backing out. Maybe the Jagdpanzer can finish it off. And it does, but it's abandoned. Heartbreaker for the Axis. Oh my gosh, abandoned. You hate to see it. And that's the thing, Duffman can't afford to stick around there and finish it off, because he loses Jagdpanzer to the double Jacksons. Faust? Bounce! Bounce on the Faust. Lovely. You love to see that one too. Oh, and then the Raketen misses as well. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, the ISG with the barrage, maybe that can finish the job. There's maybe one more opportunity. Nope. Switches over to the team weapons instead. Oh man. Oh, that's just disgusting, man. I feel so sorry for the Axis. They make such a nice move, a daring play coming in from the side, killing off the ISU, and then abandoned. Bounce from the Faust, which is, you know, I think it probably has like slightly under 50% chance to penetrate. But yeah, that just shouldn't be a thing anyway, in my opinion. Tried to get it changed. Unfortunately, I was overruled. Alright, well, we've got the King Tiger out. But might have a bit of a tough time. Do have that Su-85 on the field, and still the double Zis is alive for Crossfire. 75 VP left for the Axis. Really struggling because Lyco just doesn't have enough capping power. Hasn't really been able to contest this VP very much. Oh boy, and then loses his Sternpires on retreat there. Duffman meanwhile going for the capture. Going to slow down the drain. Or a few bars getting dropped at the moment. That is one of the side effects of bar finders. Oh, 152. That was a nasty hit on retreat as well. You're doing some damage through center. Clock is stopped. 60 remaining. Kugel going for the cap. Panzer IV has to back out so low. Oh, Kugel doesn't last long. Double Jagdpanzers now though from Duffman. Will do well against the double Jacksons. Major left sight. KT coming through here as well. Oh, one Jagdpanzer missing. Jackson's still alive. There goes the Scott. P-47's called in, and these tanks are quite deep. They've committed. Major damage now on the KT. Got the double Zis coming in from the side on it. Doesn't look like that's going to get away alive. Double Jagdpanzers do, however. Slight opportunity there maybe for them to kill the ISU, but with no engine damage, it wasn't really going to happen. Maybe if they had engine damage, they could actually push forwards past the P-47s, push out of the arc that way, but yeah, without the engine damage, just not really happening. Oh wow. Ouch, extra damage on those Jagdpanzers. That's actually really bad news for Duffman. It's even more time off the field getting repaired. Jackson's doing the same at the moment. Panzer IV Raketen combo trying to do its best here, but 152 hitting hard. Raketen escape alive. Oh no, it won't. 152 finishing it off there. That must have been like maybe even slightly beyond max range scatter shot. Unfortunate for Lyco. And there goes the Raketen. This stage for Lyco, you know, might be worth trying to get that walking Stuka out. Probably too far away from being able to field another tank. Could go for that walking Stuka, which would be very handy. Oh boy, there we go. Another white from the ISU 152 on retreating units. Axis infantry's dropping like flies at the moment to that 152. So unfortunate. Oh, rear armor exposed, takes a monstrous hit there. Before come through with the heat shells again. Diverts a bit of attention. Jackson's back up to full strength again though. Double Jagdpanzer's pouncing. One of them fires a shot though. And a lot of repairs required now for Duffman. He's so low on munitions as well, he can't really use vehicle crew repairs. There we go, the Axis end up throwing in the towel. Just too low on infantry now. The ISU 152 just wiping too many squads. I imagine Scott's also doing quite a lot of damage. 25 kills on this one. So, yeah, I think the problem here was just no walking Stuka from the Axis. Kind of allowed the Allies to lean on those team weapons, stabilize, get to their endgame compositions. It was such a nice move from the Axis, getting the kill on the ISU, but ultimately not rewarded for it. Abandon, and then bounce from the Faust on a 0 health tank. So it took 80 damage, but even though it was on 0 health, it did not die. But yeah, that's the game. Sometimes you're just gonna you're just gonna lose the game to a 5%er and then a maybe like a 50%er. That's how it is. Crossfire though probably could have rebuilt this almost immediately. Would have had to wait for the cooldown, but yeah, at least he would have had to spend those resources on that, which he didn't have to here, and probably would have been a bit slower, the cooldown on this, compared to repairing it up with the double sweep upgraded combat engineers. But yeah, it was a good push from Crossfire onto the Schwer, and that was ultimately what set Lyco so far behind just before his Panther came out, and after that he really had trouble building his way back into the match. GG though, he did some very good work with his Panzer IV, but it was an uphill battle against what Crossfire had on the field. Well, anyway guys, wrap on that. If you like a game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.